This is a Disneyland original little long-playing record, and I am your story reader. I am going to begin now to read the story of Pecos Bill. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when Tinker Bell rings her little bells like this. Let's begin now. Down Texas way, the Pecos River flows. Where it comes from, no one knows. One day, when a prairie wagon full of children, dogs, pots, and pans was crossing the river, the smallest child rolled out the back. His name was Bill. He sat there all alone in the desert till a mother coyote came along and took pity on him. She decided he could grow up with the coyote pups in the pack. Bill felt at home with the coyotes. He was spunky, too. As he grew up, he learned to outlope the antelopes, outjump the jackrabbits, and outhiss the snakes. A young colt came to the Pecos land, a colt who was weak and couldn't defend himself against the buzzards. Bill decided to help out. Before long, the fight was over, and Bill and the colt were friends. The two stuck together like warts on a toad, like birds of a feather from that time on. When Bill grew up, he became a cowboy, the toughest critter west of the Alamo. Bill could rope anything with his lariat, even a raging cyclone. He straddled it, then tamed it to a breeze. At one time, there was a drought all over Texas. Bill brought a rain cloud from California to wet things down. That's how we got the Gulf of Mexico. When a group of cattle rustlers stole a herd, they didn't know the herd was Bill's. He caught the crooked villains and knocked out all their fillings. It's the reason we have gold in them thar hills. Once Bill lost his way in the desert. He knew he'd never make it across the burning sand without some water. So he got a stick and dug the Rio Grande. A tribe of Indians was doing a war dance. Pecos Bill took out after them. The Indians ran fast, faster and faster, till they ran right out of their war paint. It was left in bright streaks on the rocks behind them. That's how the Painted Desert got its name. It looked as though nothing would ever come between Bill and his horse, called Widowmaker because he had bucked off so many cowboys. Then down the stream on a catfish rode Slewfoot Sue, the first woman Bill had ever seen. Widowmaker was puzzled. Sue looked like trouble to him. And, sure enough, she was, for Bill and Sue fell in love. Sue wanted to get married, riding Widowmaker. Well, that horse was not about to stand for it. The cowhands brought him over to her, fit to be tied. This didn't bother Sue. She climbed right aboard. The more that horse bucked and reared, the tighter she hung on. It was plain to see she was a real bronc rider. Then something else happened. Sue had a wire bustle on her wedding gown. It began to work like a spring as she bounced up and down, sending her higher and higher into the air. Bill could see what was wrong. He got out his lariat and swung it in a wide loop. Hadn't he lassoed everything from a drop of water to a gang of rustlers? He threw the loop wide and high up in the sky. But for the first time in his life, Bill missed. No one could understand it, except Widowmaker. He was standing on the rope. Sue kept on flying right up to the moon, and that was where she stayed. As for Bill, he rode away from the plains and never returned. Folks think he went back to the coyotes. They say that when the coyotes howl at the full moon, you can hear Bill howling with them. But just ask anyone who the best cowboy in Texas is. They'll still tell you it's Pecos Bill.
Pecos Bill was quite a cowboy down in Texas, and a western superman to say the least. He was the roughest, toughest critter, never known to be a quitter, 'cause he never had no fear of man the beast. So yippee-yi-hey, yippee-yi-oh, for the toughest critter west of the Alamo. Once a band of rustlers stole a herd of cattle, but they didn't know the herd they stole was Bill's. And when he caught them crooked villains, Pecos knocked out all their villains. That's the reason why there's gold in them thar hills. Pecos lost his way while traveling on the desert. It was 90 miles across the burning sand. He knew he'd never reach the border if he didn't get some water, so he got a stick and dug the Rio Grande. So yippee-yi-hey, yippee-yi-oh, for the toughest critter west of the Alamo. Cloud high over Texas, with his gun he made the stars evaporate. Then Pecos saw the stars declining, so he left one brightly shining as the emblem of the Lone Star Texas State. So yippee-yi-hey, yippee-yi-oh, for the toughest critter west of the Alamo.